Hi, in this video, we're going to talk about a really important concept, which is how to use these formulas, but to use them with a conditional that is partial in terms of its match. So what I mean is the following. Here we have a bunch of astronauts, and we have the names of their missions, and you can see that each of the names of the missions, there's numbers at the ends of the names. So if I wanted to know just the number of astronauts who have ever been on an Apollo mission versus the astronauts who have been on an STS mission, which I believe is a space shuttle mission, I couldn't really just use COUNTIFS the way I normally would, right? Because if I did, the COUNTIFS formula is expecting, actually I'll do it up here, COUNTIFS. I'll put in the range, that's correct. And then if I go left and just select Apollo here, this won't really work because what it's looking for situations where this cell just equals Apollo, which is essentially never going to happen because even when it's just one Apollo mission, there's always a number associated with Apollo 8, Apollo 11, Apollo 13. Same is true for STS. You have numbers at the ends of them. So if I drag this formula down, it won't really work. The only way to make it work is to couch this condition with an asterisk symbol on each side. What that will tell Excel is I don't care what's in front of it, I don't care what's at the end of it, I just want to know if this text appears in there. So I'm going to do it manually real quick. I'm going to put an asterisk Apollo asterisk quotation. Now you see the number is 29. So there are 29 astronauts who have been on an Apollo mission. But I don't really want to do it this way because if I do it this way, I can't use a conditional that is a cell. I have to type it in every time. That's not going to work for me. So what I need to do instead is I need to call up the asterisk, which I can do with quotations around the asterisk, ampersand, and then click here, and then do ampersand again with quotations around the asterisk. And there you go, 29. And here we have 334 astronauts have been on a space shuttle mission. Now, one thing you might run into is that sometimes certain versions of Excel, I've noticed, don't always receive an asterisk in quotes very well. Sometimes it won't work too well. It might get a little confused. So one way to remove that confusion and also make the formula actually a little easier to look at in a way is to use the CHAR formula, or character formula. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use CHAR, and then I already know the number. It's 42. But if I didn't know the number, I could look it up very, very easily. So I'm going to put in CHAR 42. So now I'm forcing Excel to just call up an asterisk and sandwich it on either side of this condition of Apollo in this case. And that is making this a nice partial match, a very clean partial match. And I can do this very easily for the other guys here as well. Point of fact, I'm going to do this a little fast. I'm going to drag this across, which of course this is still a count and it's a little bit off obviously. So let me just lock this first. Drag it down. Okay, here's my formula, right? We've locked it. It's the same formula we were making before. I'm going to drag it across. So now we're still getting a count. This is supposed to be a sum though. So we're going to stick in sum. Now it's a SUMIFS. But now I have to sandwich at the beginning what we're summing, because these are criteria and a criteria range and a criteria. So I'm going to put a comma here, and then now I have a nice place to put my sum range, which is going to be the total mission hours. I want to know the total mission hours aggregated across astronauts. It's a little weird, it's a slightly weird way to do that, but it's okay. We're going to lock this. Now we know in aggregate across all those astronauts it's 12,000 mission hours. And across all the shuttle missions, it's 534,000. Once again, these are not deduplicated. These are the total mission hours, essentially times the number of astronauts on the mission. And then I can go over here and do the same thing. In this case, it's a lot easier. I can just change the formula. There we go. Average ifs. Perfect. And this doesn't really change because I locked these correctly, so they would go across. So these are locked. I have my mission hours, I have my mission titles, and I'm asking about the same mission titles over here. So now I know the average duration, this is a slightly more meaningful statistic, the average duration of an Apollo mission was 414 hours, and the average duration of a space shuttle mission was 1,601 hours. Okay, I hope that was helpful. Please let me know if you have any questions in the comments section. And then also, if this was helpful, if you like it, that helps me, helps elevate this video in YouTube's algorithm. And definitely feel free to subscribe if videos like more videos like this would be helpful to you. Thanks so much.